share our stories, because a lot of women are suffering in silence. So that definitely is in the pipeline. Yeah, absolutely.
And books, and talk about their books exchange, just really get the community of women who are going through menopause, because I feel like it is so taboo, and there isn't nothing for women. You're the only woman, there's such a niche about it. You're the only woman I know who is an advocate for menopause.
And the thing is that on LinkedIn, for example, there's a lot of women in this space who are, so I can mention Dr. Martha Williams. You need to have Dr. Martha Williams here, who's actually writing a paper to turn into a white paper in government.
Wow.
And that is really to look at how menopause affects women. She is doing amazing work in the menopause space. There's also Buki, who's also doing amazing work. She works with the NHS, and she's also working with women in our community on menopause. So there are notable figures within this menopause space that are really doing amazing and phenomenal. Karen Arthur is doing amazing things. These are women that you definitely need to have come and speak, because there are a few of us who are taking the charge and just trying to really just change the, if you like, the colour of this space, because for a long time it has been predominantly white woman centered. But at this point in time, we are like, no, we need to have something that is black woman centered, so that we can get the solutions and outcomes that we need. And so so these women that I've just mentioned could come here and speak about what they're doing, because they are really making powerful impact in this space.
And you know what, you are advocate for this. I remember you was in the House of Commons. I saw some amazing pictures and videos of you there. You were speaking as well. So it's something that you're really pushing. It's something that you are not going to stop. You're so relentless. Where have you got this drive from? I just want to know, because Emma, you just don't stop. Like every time we meet up, you're always doing something. I'm like, girl, I love it.
Where do I get this relentlessness from? I think, I would go back to say that this relentlessness really was born from me having to build resilience and having to overcome illness in my life. So, my book, The Journey to Wellness, where I share my story on how I overcame an autoimmune disease. When I was in my 20s, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called sarcoidosis. And this...
I'm not going to try and say that.
Sarcoidosis.
Sarcoidosis.
Yes.
Sarcoidosis, obviously. Like, duh. I'm always learning. Anytime I'm with Emma, I've actually got my... Guys, I want you to know, I've actually got my notepad here. I've got my notepad. I'm like, I'll be putting all these notes down, because I'm like, no, next time she comes, I'm like, oh, so how's the sarcoidosis? Yeah, how's that going? It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. There you go.
So I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and that autoimmune disease was a blessing in disguise, because God had to allow me to experience that autoimmune disease so that I would know what it feels like to be sick. And as part of my purpose, it's like I went from pain to purpose. Going through that illness taught me a lot about myself. It taught me about faith. It taught me about God's healing, because the doctors were saying this medical condition can be fatal if you don't take medication.
Wow.
And the prognosis was, take medication. You've got to take medication for the rest of your life in order for you to stay alive.
Can you imagine being told that, though?
At the age of like 25, 26.
Can you imagine being told that, though?
Crazy. Yes, that's what I was told.
So, and you just keep on coming back, like you're just relentless.
By the grace of God. And that relentlessness was born from me having to fight. From me having to be like, well, no, the doctors is telling me you've got to be on medication for the rest of your life. I've seen what it's like for people to be on medication for the rest of their lives and all the side effects that come with it.
That is not your portion.
That's not my portion.
But it's just so amazing that you can see the best in any situation. Like, normal people would be like, that's it, I'm damned for life, I'm never going to do anything, that's it, I'm just going to take my medication. You're like, no, I got this so that I could come through it and I can help others, because now it's my purpose. I'm like, how do you get your purpose from something that is so detrimental, not just to you, but to everyone around you? You must have so many people who are feeling sorry for you and really saying to you, like, we're here for you, when you're thinking, I don't want to be a victim. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you that I'm not only going to help myself, I'm going to help everyone around me. Yeah. That's just amazing, Emma.
But to be fair, Sebrina, thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words, but to be fair, there were moments where I thought I was going to die, and I did not have the faith. I didn't have the faith. I just thought, this is it for me. And, but I have to go back to my Christian faith. I have to go back.
So you're a Christian?
Yes, I'm
born a Christian?
No, born again Christian. So I became a Christian. I made a decision to accept Jesus Christ as my personal Lord and Savior when I was 23.
Amen.
And shortly after that is when I was diagnosed with so maybe about 3 years after that, I was diagnosed with the autoimmune disease. And it was because of my faith in God that I was able to get through that autoimmune disease. And I do share that in my book because my faith in Jesus Christ is what helped me to overcome that experience and that season of life. Because it was one day when I woke up after the doctor told me you're going to be on medication for the rest of your life. I woke up and I was like, no way, I'm not going to be on medication for the rest of my life. I'm healed by the stripes of Jesus. There's a scripture in the Bible that says we are healed by the stripes of Jesus Christ. I grabbed hold of that and I said, I'm healed. I went and I made a decision. I'm not telling anyone to go and do what I did, but I felt the faith to go to my doctor and say, I'm no longer going to take this medication. I'm not going to be on medication for the rest of my life. I know this is what you're saying.
Wow.
Yeah, I know this is what you're saying.
Big move.
But I respect you as a doctor. I respect, you've studied, your experience and everything. But I know that my God has healed me. And so I'm no longer going to take this medication anymore. So I stopped taking medication. And the doctor was so flabbergasted with me. She was just like, you do know that you stopping this medication could be fatal. You could die. I said, yes, I know. However, God has the last word.
Not you. Not you in your textbook.
yeah. God has the last word. And guess what?
What?
God had the last word.
What happened? Tell us. We want to know.
For 6 months.
You're having us on the friend. We're like, come on, give us the juice.
So the doctor was like, okay, Emma, and you got to understand, I had built up a relationship with this lady over years because
you're always going there as well.
Right.
So she's seeing you all the time.
For over a year, I was sick and didn't know what was wrong with me. No. And when I went to the doctors, I would be sent away and I felt like I was dying. So I was like, what am I going to do? Because every time I go and I say what my symptoms are, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. They'll just send you for some minor tests. I even had an unnecessary operation because my sinuses were closed up. I could only breathe through my mouth. I couldn't breathe through my nose. So they did an operation on my sinuses and that wasn't even the problem. And so
deviated septums, they say. So you need to open your airways to you. I mean, but this is just taxpayers' monies at this point. So I mean, have you got health insurance now? Are you at private healthcare?
So I did have private healthcare before, but in the end, I just kept persevering and going back to the doctors. It ended up being a case where I actually said to the doctor, I'm not leaving this doctor's surgery until you take me seriously. I feel like I'm dying. Like there's something seriously wrong with me.
Can you imagine when you go to a doctor and say that I feel like I'm dying, but you don't know what it is?
Yes. And I was...
Wow.
This is how bad it was. I was skin and bone. I looked anorexic. I'm 5'4" and I weighed 7 stone. And my normal weight was 9.5 stone.
That is crazy. So people are seeing this on the outside as well. So you're just seeing how their faces are when they see you, and you're just
I couldn't even stand up straight. I was walking like crouched over. I caught a glimpse of myself in a window reflection.
Very feeble.
Like, who is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't even stand up straight. Simple things like brushing my teeth, brushing my hair became
a chore.
Yeah. So the doctor was like, okay, let's do blood tests. After I said I'm going to stop the medication, let's do blood tests. We did the blood test for 6 months. Then she called me into the office and she said, I've been a doctor for over 30 years and I've never seen anyone healed from this particular medical condition. Wow. This medical condition is similar to lupus. Lupus is the obviously very more well-known medical condition, but sarcoidosis is the sister, if you like, to lupus. There's a famous comedian by the name of Bernie Mac.
Yes.
Okay, that most of us know from the US, and he had sarcoidosis, and unfortunately he passed away as a result of complications from sarcoidosis.
Okay, sorry
so
to hear that.
just for you guys to know how serious the medical condition
No,
is.
it's serious.
So-
my friend has lupus. So,
Yeah.
and I know what she goes through on a day-to-day basis. And I love her to pieces. I kind of diagnosed her because I'm not a doctor, guys. So no income claims there. But what happened was another lady that I knew had lupus, and her symptoms were exactly the same. She was getting bruising and stuff on her body, but she didn't know where it was coming from. Weakness, tiredness, fatigue, all of these stuff. So I was just like, oh, they did so many tests, they couldn't find what was wrong with her. So I said, babe, I bet you got lupus. And now she's got lupus, and she does stem cell treatment. She's doing a lot of things, and she's really helping herself. And I do not think she should take medication, but at the point where she's at right now is what's helping her. And I always think in life, and I say this to anyone, if it's helping you, continue doing it. Yeah. If you were taking a medication, what made you feel like you had to stop taking it?
So, well, the first thing is I mentioned I was 7 stone.
So you were losing rapid weight?
When I was sick. Okay. When I started taking the medication, I ballooned from 7 stone to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 stone.
What was that medication?
So I was on methotrexate, which is an extremely toxic medication. I had to take 10 tablets once a week. And whenever I would take those tablets, put it this way, I'm not doing anything. I'd have to go and lie down because I just felt sick. And it just makes you feel nauseous. And I was also taking prednisolone, which is a steroid. So, of course, that will cause you to water weight. So at my heaviest, I was 210 pounds and I'm 5'4". So imagine like 15 stone on a 5'4" frame. And that was one of the side effects of the medication that I was taking. Yeah. Also, because I was taking such powerful drugs or medication, it was coming out of my pores. One time my mum was like, I can smell the medication just coming off of you. Like you just smell of the medication. It was coming out of my pores, like just oozing out.
I've heard that. I've actually heard that from cancer victims. You can actually even smell the chemo.
Yes.
That's not a really nice place to be at. So
at all.
Oh, for a woman. As a woman, you want to just smell like, ooze and just amazing perfumes. Imagine someone's like, oh, you smell like, my local paracetamol. So
yeah, it's real.
So you're at a stage now. You're not liking how you're looking, and you're not liking how you're smelling, basically.
Right.
And you have no energy. So this is why you're like, I have to remove myself from taking this medication. Yes. So you started doing your research. How did your research show up for you?
So the research was that if I continue on this, and it wasn't so much research, it was more so how I was actually feeling within myself taking the medication, and the fact that, so for example, my skin was becoming really thin as a result of the medication. So this is one of the side effects that I had with the medication. The weight gain, the water weight.
Okay.
My joints were affected, and they told me that one of the side effects would be that my joints could be affected. And so I was also taking calcium as a result.
We like a bit of calcium. I take calcium. I like that. A little bit of vitamin D with it as well,
Yes, but, it's you're giving me a medication that's meant to go to the symptoms of this medical condition. It's not really going to the root cause. Yeah. But God healed me. God completely healed me because I've been meds free for 16 years. And I was told I would be on medication for the rest of my life. Yeah. So, I just want to encourage people out there who have any type of illness that, it is possible to overcome it. I'm not telling you to do what I did because, of course, that was just my personal decision that I made for myself. Everyone is different. Yeah. But yeah, you can overcome.
But I strongly believe as well, it's what you put in your body. Your environment has a lot to do with that.
Yes. As
well as who you have speaking into your life, who you're listening to. I feel like if you're in the right environment, you're always going to win. You're going to have positive people talking into your life and helping you. We had a lady in Marcia Brooks here last week, and she was talking about how she laughed her way through cancer, and that's how she got rid of her cancer from laughing. And I was just like, wow, really?
Amazing.
How she went, yeah, I used to go comedy shows, you know, I was eating right, and she had cancer 6 times. And I was like, that is a lot. I mean, the first time will finish anyone. Second time, you're like, why me? Third time, what the hell? Fourth time, I'm like, no, listen, you are, like, she's a relentless boss. I really want to connect you two as well, you know. I feel like you and her will really get on just because her mindset is just so different. And that's it. We just need to surround ourselves with people with the correct mindset and people that really want to win in life. So, right. Well, you've brought a winner with you today, haven't you? Yeah. So we're gonna have to go on to you, because I know this is what happens when Lady Emma and I.
So I feel like I have to bridge a bit. And first of all, my name's Nissi, and I've known Emma for almost 15 years.
Wow.
And let me just say, all of this that you've heard is not just a speech, it's not a brand. This is truly who she is. I've seen her be the relentless boss before that was her business name. She has come back time and time again, and she's one of those people who will build up those around her. The way that we met is we both used to work together. And I'm a bit younger than Emma, and I was always late to my job. and it was a massive financial institution. I won't say the name, but, you know, very serious corporate role. And she said, look, I can see potential in you, but if you carry on being late like this, not only are you going to be struck off, but you could do so much more. And I listened to her, and within 6 months of joining the role, I was put into a management position.
Wow.
And my trajectory from there has just been on the up. So
glory to glory.
This
Honestly.
woman,
Powerhouse.
And so this is the importance of environment and who you have around you.
Exactly. She's an amazing, phenomenal. This is not just her talking it. I'm kind of living witness that she's somebody who builds people around her. And one thing that stands out for me from your story is you were able to stop and say, this is not me. I'm feeling all of this now, and it's not me. And my encouragement would be to women and men who are listening, take time to get to know yourselves. We are in a world now where everybody's so busy. Instagram, obviously don't log off now because you're watching us. But, you know, we're so busy. Instagram, TikTok, we're obsessed with filling our minds and souls with activity. But God forbid you would find yourself in a situation where you are in crisis. Would you even notice, you know? And a lot of people, they're over the edge. It's like they're on a cliff, right?
Yeah.
And they wait until they're on the cliff edge to notice. For your story stands out to me because you could see yourself approaching. Like, you didn't wait until you were over the edge. A lot of people are so busy, they're so abandoned and apart from themselves that they wouldn't be able to notice, this is not me, until it would be too far. So after you've listened to us, obviously take some time to log off. But that said, so yeah, I'm Nissi, and I'm a business consultant, but I have an idea, right? But a lot of people, and I see this especially with really successful, high-flying men and women, they've made it in corporate, they've made their 6 figures in corporate, and then they hit this ceiling where I don't want to keep exchanging my time for money, but how do I package my experience and sell it on the open market? I've got all these ideas, I've got all of these concepts, these services that I could deliver, but how do I translate it? And then for the businesses, already established businesses, they have a strategy. How do we translate that so that our people can buy in? So that's the business that I'm in, selling ideas so that you can make money effortlessly. And yeah, we can talk a bit more about that.
Oh, I love that. Guys, we've got 2 powerhouses in here. And I can just see Lady Emma just looking on you, Nissi, and she's just like, wow. She's like just so proud. And it's just like, I am so proud. She is. I can just see it. Like, guys, there's so much love in this studio right now. And I always love being around successful women and women that, you know, want more in life. So if you are somebody who wants to be around women that truly want to win and see others around them win, then please jump on our Women in Power page. That's Women in Power UK. And that's a page that, you know, really uplifts women. We put events on there as well. We also have our own group, which is called the Women in Power group. And it's a WhatsApp group, and we just utilize it fabulously. You know, it is just for positive people to promote your events, promote any ideas you have, any products, services. If you've even got a motivational quote that you just want to share with, you know, the group. We have, I think it's 180 women in the group now. Yeah. And, you know, they're all influential women, you know. Yes. I was the former Windrush ambassador for Croydon under Mayor Humam Kubert. I met a lot of MPs, a lot of mayors. I was meeting some outstanding women. I just thought, if I took your number, I'm probably not going to call you unless I really need something. And I'll probably be like, oh, can I ask? So I thought, let me pop them all in a group. And I didn't just put them in there. I was like, do you mind being in my women empowerment group? You know, it's just good. It's not a busy group, but it's a group that we can all interact with each other. And now we've just got so many amazing women. I've got some women in there that I was just like, who is this woman? When I checked her out, she is the number one in the UK for, you know, network marketing. We've got people that are doing finance. They're finance gurus. We have you doing the strategy. Yeah. We have the number one advocate, I would say, for melanated women to do with menopause. And we also have nail techs. We have, you know, people that do lashes, anything you need. And they can get someone to your house in, you know, 20 minutes. So it's a really great network to be in. So if you do want to be in that network, jump into my DMs and just let me know. Just say WhatsApp group, Women in Power group, and we'll get you into that group. And yeah, definitely be around women that want to see you in. Right, so before we go on the break, guys, I want to know where they can find you and your handles.
At The Relentless Boss, Instagram, Emmalady, LinkedIn, Facebook, The Relentless Boss.
And where can we get your book?
Amazon,
guys.
Journey to Wellness.
And we're going to get in some bookstores this year. I've got two in my head that we can get them into. And for you, Nissi, tell us, who are you? Where can we find you, actually?
You can find me on LinkedIn. So Nissi Ozigbu, NISSI-OZIGBU. It's my marital name, Nigerian, but I'm Zambian. Okay. And my website, The Growth, as in growing, GROWTH, HUT, HUT.co.uk. And then on Instagram and TikTok, _growth hut.
I know, because recently you went through a transition of changing your name. Why was that?
Yeah, so I changed it to something that was more my ethos and not my company name. Okay. And funny enough, Emma was like, wait, why isn't it just your company name? And I was like, yeah, I was going to, it was. You know when you flip-flop?
You've got to stick with it now, because we're going to be like, no, she's too much of a flip-flopper. What's going on? Right, so this is amazing, guys. If you want to listen to the women with the results who are in the studio today at Love the Beat Radio, please, guys, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go get yourself some snacks. Meet us back here in 5 minutes. It is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I'm happy.
Follow us on all socials.
We're all happy. Oh, I love that. Okay, guys, we have got... Who's ready? You ready to go back on air? Yes. Let's let them know. Let them know. Okay. Hello, everybody. I am your host, Sebrina Spencer. And you are listening to the Sebrina Spencer Show. And I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. We have got some phenomenal, outstanding, gorgeous as well ladies in the studio with us today. We are truly blessed at the Love the Beat studio. And I'm just going to start off with saying, hey, Lady Emma.
Hi. Hey, hi guys.
To everyone else, it is Emma Lady, but I'm special because she's a lady to me.
Oh,
so
thank you.
I always feel like I'm not going to just call you Emma. No. You're a lady in my eyes. So Lady Emma, but she does go by the name Emma Lady. And then we also have Nissi.
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes, Nissi. They're the same.
And this is a Zimbabwean name?
No, it's Hebrew, as in Jehovah Nissi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually wanted to ask you this. This was something that I was like, I'm going to find out about her name because I'm very into names. Yeah. And who was that name given to you by?
My dad. So my big sister and I both have names of God. So she's Shalom, as in peace.
I love that, Shalom.
And then I'm Nissi, and then the rest of my siblings have biblical names, but not name of God names.
My name means patience, Sebrina. Yeah, it's a Muslim name, but I am not patient. It's something that I'm trying to adapt. I need to get that in life. I feel like I'm patient in a sense of I know that what I want in life is coming to me, but I just don't like when people are late. I don't like waiting around on people. In that sense, I have to work on that. And I'm happy to say that it's something I need to work on. No one's
You've
perfect.
got the seeds of patience in there. So Nissi, Jehovah Nissi, actually means the Lord is my banner. I shall have the victory. I'll win. And I'll say this. There's nothing I've put my mind to and I've missed. Ever.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Not a thing?
Wow. Not a thing.
I love that for you. I love that. Do you know what? That is absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole because I know Nissi has been working in corporate UK. She retired herself from that. And
5 years ago.
5 years ago. And now she's working on her own terms and doing things for herself and helping others. And I love that. And I love that for you. So we're just going to go a little bit further back who you are. Where are you from? Like, where were you brought up in the UK?
Okay. So I'm Zambian. I was born in Zambia.
Oh, really? But your accent, you're proper Londoner.
Let me land. I came here when I was 6 months old.
Oh,
so
wow. Okay, I get it.
So there you go. I grew up in Barking. Good old Barking.
East London.
East London, darling. I love it. I love a bit of pie and mash. Oh, see me down the Roman this Saturday. I love it there. Right. So East London bred.
Yeah. And really, really proud of that, actually. It was such a multicultural upbringing, and I think that has given me a real foundation in terms of, if we just take a quick diversion, I study neuroscience and behaviour and psychology, and I use all of that to feed into business and for us to hack people's brains. There's where you can hack people's brains to make easier sales, right? And part of that is understanding that our brain wants to save energy. Our brain looks for patterns, right? So are people for me? So some people will have a pattern around people from X ethnicity don't like me, or they're prejudiced towards me because they weren't brought up around people of that ethnicity, and they have that programming. Being brought up in Barking around people from every corner of the world has given me a pattern of, actually, I walk into every room and I expect to be accepted.
Exactly.
I don't have that baggage of, this person's not going to know me. I don't know somebody from X, Y, or Z. So I really love Barking.
And I love that as well, because a lot of people don't know, but I'm originally from Oldham. Yeah, born and bred, guys. I'm from Manchester, and you know it is a quite impoverished area, as well as there's not that many melanated people in the whole of Manchester, in the UK in general. So I was brought up like on a Sunday we would have pie and chips, our mushy peas. We love a bit of mushy peas, and this is why I'll have a cup of cha, which is a cup of tea, proper. When you go down to Manchester, it is like you are proper northerners. We're Yorkshire people, and so I grew up with calling Caucasian women aunts. So I'm not scared to say my best friend at the time's mum was white, and I used to call her my mum. She was my second mum, and I'd go to her house and I was the only black girl there, but I'd be eating stew, and I'm like, what is stew? Because we're Jamaican, and we just we have our curry goats and stuff like that. So I do believe like where you are born or where you're brought up really does help you in life. And I feel like,
or not, depending.
I think, you're right, in the sense of course, but I feel like for us, we used it to our advantage. Because we look on everyone, if you cut us, we still got blood. It was just the colour of your skin. And I don't think we're any different. And, there are people out there that will say, black, so we are the original, and we know that, of course, but I do believe that we are all the same, and if we've all beaten to the same drum, why can we not all work together and make it happen?
Absolutely.
Definitely. So go on, let's get back to you, let's not digress. But I can really relate to you being from East London and that helping you in life.
And so I grew up in Barking, had a great time at school, was head girl, did a variety of subjects. So my A-levels were split. I did biology and chemistry, but I also did English literature and drama and theatre studies. I did all four to A-level.
English literature. Oh my God, I got kicked out of that class.
No way, that's also what my degree's in.
That was one of my favourite classes. I couldn't believe that, but yeah, go on. So I'm actually, it's an honour, guys. She's in our women empowerment group. So these are the type of women we have in the groups, and you know they're always willing to help you. If you message them or message in the group, everyone's always quick to get back to you guys. So definitely, for me, I'm living my life through you now because you did what I wanted to do. English lit. How did that feel to actually get to the pinnacle point in that?
So it was an interesting one for me because I always thought I was going to be a scientist or an actress or a singer. Yeah, I was a bit chaotic.
Very, very different, but I get it because I had the same in my head.
So, but I went to uni my UCAS was to do physiology and pharmacology. I was on the course for 2 weeks. And then I was just so bored. And went over to the humanities faculty and was like, please, can I transfer over? So then I transferred over to do English Lit. Did the degree, absolutely loved it. Did a module in East London literature. And, you know, to study the culture from the outside in is really, really interesting. Anyway, so I graduated with that. And
was that a lot of the descriptive writing you had to do as well?
It was a lot of descriptive writing, but more
You're so smart. I just love women like
so
you.
Smart.
You can just feel the genius oozing through the studio. She's just I'm so happy you're here. I want you to know.
That's how I met this young lady. Like I was just like, wow, this girl, greatness. This is greatness.
Yeah.
Looking at me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Thank you for bringing her, Emma. You know, this is the power of proximity, guys. So definitely, yes. Tell us more. We're intrigued now. She's got us. Oh, we've got another question here. Okay. Well, we'll let you go through everything. Then I will do questions at the end. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fabulous.
So English literature for me was more about studying human beings. And actually, if you're to be an observer of life, so you're on the outside looking in, what are the patterns of people behaviour? What makes people do certain things? What makes people happy? What makes people sad? Studying society. And that for me was really, really important and links to what I do in business now. So for me, English literature, yes, there was the descriptive writing, but it was more about analysing people, analysing patterns, and seeing how we can be better because of it.
Yeah. Wow. The great answer. Oh, do you know what? Every time I'm speaking to Nissi, I'm like, have you practiced this? Like, I swear, I get lost. I'm listening. I'm like, I feel like you're giving me a seminar. I feel like we're in a seminar with her. But I absolutely adore that in you. And I think if you can do that, it's just like you command the room. It's like, listen to me. I've got the knowledge and I'm sharing it with you. If you talk, if you move, I'm like, can I touch my phone? Can I not? I'm not. I'm listening. I'm going to absorb all of this. But so you did the English lit. You made that work. You did 4. You got 4
A-levels.
8.
Yeah.
Girl. I'm happy for you with that. So what happened after that? Come on.
And then after that, let me segue because it's really, really important. Whilst I was studying at uni, the job that I had is I was a street fundraiser. And that's really important because I've got 3 years of hard selling.
So you're like, you don't care. How many notes can I get today? How many notes? Let's make it happen. What, 10 notes?
Exactly.
Not enough.
Exactly.
Was that you?
Yeah, and
I love that.
So character building, right?
Of course.
To be on the streets of London, and I was the type of street fundraiser who used to get your direct debit details. So not just your email. It's like, bring out your card now
as well. I love you. Listen, you're amazing.
Show me the money.
That's right.
Money talks, guys. You know, and that I
Money
just
loves
love this
speed.
for you. I love that, and success as well. And you guys are going to the top. So I love that. So for on the roads, on the streets, doing fundraising for a purpose. What company was that for?
So they're out of business now, Dialogue Direct, but we used to fundraise for charities, but it was a for-profit organisation. So I was paid per hour. I didn't do it for free. You know, I was paid per hour.
Not, but that's it's still giving back. And I'm an advocate for anything for charity. I will help. I will support that. But in hindsight, yes, the people that do work for these charities have to be compensated in some way.
Yeah.
But still, to even do that and be promoting that, wearing the tops, or even just talking about it, that is amazing. So that just gives you that humility as well, you know.
Absolutely.
Because when you're around these corporate people, they're jumping out of, you know, Rolls Royces or Bentleys or whatever. They're giving people $50 or £50 bills, should I say, in their hands. It's such a different world because you've done corporate UK and you've seen that.
Yeah.
You've seen these people get outstanding, crazy, mind-blowing bonuses, but you've been on the streets actually asking people, can you help me?
Yeah.
Now, when you was asking people to help you, what do you think, if I'm just asking, this is just for me personally, what type of people do you think was the people that wanted to help in charity? What demographic or what type of people?
Everyone. This is where, I promise you, like, listen to this carefully.
Please.
This is where I learned that storytelling is so powerful.
Let me know.
Everybody,
we want that. We've got the popcorn here.
everybody wants to give. Everybody wants to help somebody else, unless they've, you know, been clinically diagnosed with something. Usually, you want to give, but there's a gap between what you're trying to raise or the idea that you're selling, and where they currently are. Your story is what bridges that. But people also only care about themselves. We want to give, but we only care about themselves. So remember what I was saying to you about English literature is about reading people and patterns and society. So I'm walking up to somebody, I'm reading, okay, you've got the hat, you've got the nice clothes. I can say you're a woman who likes to look after herself. I'm fundraising for street soldiers in wherever. I'll speak to the fact, you know, first maybe I'll connect. Oh my God, girl, I love your hair.
Oh,
I
thanks.
love your, you know, and obviously you've got to have the really
You got to
big
give
smile.
give something back, then get something.
Exactly.
Then give something.
Get into the bit of
course.
the conversation. But everybody, there wasn't a specific type. Sometimes I'll be fundraising in Tottenham Court Road, then I'll be in Brixton, then I'll be in Farringdon, then I'll be in Barking. It wasn't like one type of street that we were on. So you've got to be able to connect in about 1 minute, find something to build
You've
rapport
got to.
on.
That is the thing. You need to get the hook. Because
That's it.
you need to hook the person. The person has to look on you and be like, you know what? I want to do something to make
Exactly.
you happy as well as what else I'm doing.
Right.
So a lot of the time I feel so bad because I'm rushing a lot of the time. When they stop me, I'm like, I can't stop. I can't stop. But how did you get them to stop?
It sounds so corny. First of all, you got to smile.
So you think the smiling, you've got lovely teeth.
Thank you.
You have got an amazing
like a nightmare.
smile.
That's it. Ever said it? You can't sell a dream looking like a nightmare. So you know,
Emma, I like that. I like that. You have to always show off the best version of yourself.
Okay.
that's right. You approach with a smile. Be very warm. Also, just on a subconscious level, believe that you can make that connection. So you approach somebody believing this is somebody that's for me. This is somebody who wants to give. This is somebody who is going to connect with what I'm saying, because I'm going to be able to find something to connect with them. If you walk up to somebody and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm never going to do this. How am I going to sign up 5 people? They don't seem interested. They read that. And this has been scientifically proven. You know, you meet somebody and you think,
Well, you've
don't like
done all the
their vibe.
neuro, everything. So, you know, we're taking notes. You know, every single thing that you said now is going straight into chat. I'm like, please give me all the bullet points. I want to know everything that she was talking about. Yeah, let's make it happen.
Yeah, it's been scientifically proven that what you're thinking subconsciously, other people they can read that. They might not know the exact words, so they're not thinking, oh, okay, this is exactly what needs
feel
to
the energy.
Exactly. And so you have to walk into that situation with confidence, believing it's already a done deal, and then 6 times out of 10 it will be.
Absolutely.
Well, they always say start with the end in mind.
Yeah.
And I really can resonate with that, because you have to see yourself in the yacht before you're in the yacht.
Absolutely.
And they always say, like, if you want to have that gym bod, you've got to, you know, first become the gym girl.
Yeah.
You have to go there. You think you can just wake up one day and go and have that 6-pack. No, you're going to have to get up and do the grind first until you become that girl. So in your mind, it's always, they say you see everything twice. First in your mind, then in the physical.
Exactly.
So you see the
That's
gym
it.
bod in the mind, and then you go out there and then you finally have it and you're like, listen, I had this for years.
Exactly.
This is me all the time. So I love that you started with having the end in mind, like these, I'm going to get 5 sign-ups today. I'm going to get people to donate to this charity. So when did you make that transition from the charity to corporate?
So when I finished my degree, I only did street fundraising whilst I was in university, maybe about 6 months after as well. Then I got my first proper corporate role. I was a PA to a successful investor.
And I had him on the show. Was that the guy?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Shouts out to Bola.
Yeah.
Bola Ranson. You know, everything goes full circle. Yeah. So we're all aligned with everything that's doing. And I think he is a great individual as well, you know. Definitely. He blew my mind. I had so many notes from him. Yeah. So, guys, if you want to get into property, I will tag him down below. Yes, Bola Ranson. He is doing amazing things. In property. He's actually speaking as well in America. So he just got a speaking gig as well. I'm just like, congratulations. This is what I want to see. People winning in life. So guys, give him a follow. If you're someone who wants to get into property, investing, whatever, jump into his DMs as well as, you know, just follow his page, follow the journey, follow people that are really winning. So definitely. So you were his PA.
Yes.
I love that.
And that was it really set the tone for my corporate career, because I think when you're in such close proximity with somebody who has built this amazing business for themselves, and you get to kind of observe their thinking and how they deal with people, it speaks to you on a like visceral level, you know, like you really can feel. I then knew from that moment, I knew, number one, no CEO of any multinational organization is ever going to intimidate me, because also when you're a CEO of somewhere like I'm trying to think of somewhere that's not self-made. Currently, okay, let me not say the name, but any corporate where it's not the founder and now you've got the CEO there, they're riding the back of the brand, you know? Like, you've got the brand that speaks for you. It's like, if I came here now and I was like, actually, you know, I'm a leader at Google, you'd all be like, wow! Not because of me, but because of Google.
Oh, your achievements.
Exactly. It's the Google that blinds you. It gives that halo effect of, this is somebody that's amazing because they're associated with X brand. Now, working with somebody who had made the brand for themselves, it makes you see, oh wow, okay, this is impressive. You've built it for yourself. You've had to go through the struggle. You've had to go through everything. So that really impacted me in terms of, number one, that I could do it. I could have a business that is successful. And number two, in terms of just versing and seeing the mindset of people who function on that level, which I think is really, really important.
And once again, we go back to proximity, who you're around, who you have speaking into your life, who you're listening to on a day-to-day basis, your environment. You're around successful people that have started from the bare minimal, from the scratch. And a lot of people who are highly successful do not mind sharing their journey with you. So from your hearing that and you've put yourself in a situation to be around that, you're going to surely win. And that's why you are doing what you're doing now. So, so you're a PA and you're like, I don't want to be a PA for too long. So what happened next? Tell us.
So based on my skills and experience, the next job I managed to get, I was actually, I spent kind of 6 months doing casework, but essentially it was a straight transition into operations management at one of the biggest financial organisations in the UK. And very much...
Can you just say that again? Because I don't think they heard that. Me want to hear it. I want to hear it. What did you say?
So yeah, I was 23 and an operations manager at one of the biggest financial institutions in the UK.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank
you.
No
one has actually really took it back to say to you, that is phenomenal. As a melanated woman, at that time as well, to bag that role, there's something you're doing that everyone else isn't doing.
Yeah,
and Canary Wharf, might I add.
Yes, guys. Sorry, in the Wharf.
Yes.
But our offices. That's crazy. Well done. Well done.
Such a young age.
We'll have to cut some cake. Guys, we've got some cake in the studio. It's Chris's birthday. So we've got some cake over there. A couple of bottles of Prosecco, maybe some rums, maybe some vodka. It's going to be a phenomenal day today.
Yes,
I think I know you've got to shoot off, but you've got to have some strawberries and some grapes. Yeah, definitely. So you're at the point now. You're like on top of the world. Who is this girl? 23. She's just like the young. She's just flourishing. She's young. She's amazing. Tell us more.
I was then about 4 years later headhunted by Deloitte to run one of their projects.
Oh, guys, if you're in corporate, you know them.
Yeah. And so I had to start my own limited company because I was working as an associate. So they employ your company to deliver that project. So now I was 26, my own company.
And
in
they
partnership.
help you do that. Can you imagine? So you're just like working for people. Now they're saying you've got headhunted. You're not going to be freelance like right now. We're going to help you start your own company because they guided you through that.
Well, they don't guide you. They just say, we're employing you, but we need to employ you via a company. So then you set up your company.
Yeah, so it's kind of like make or break.
Exactly.
They pay you a lot of money, might I add, as well.
Oh, but you're yeah. So it's just like, am I gonna? You're from East London. You're like, guys, I like coming in the coffee room and seeing you, but over here, I'm gonna set up my own company. Wow. So how did that feel though at that age?
It was amazing, but also another curveball. That was the year I got married, and that was the year I got pregnant with my firstborn.
Wait, your mother?
2, yeah.
A mother of 2.
Yeah.
Wait, can we just take a second to look on this lady? Because she's fabulous. She was just walking around. I was just like, your body's 10-10. Like, what you're wearing today, guys, you don't know what she's wearing, but let me tell you what she's wearing. So she has like a absolutely outstanding, very Armani, pure Armani, black suit, black long trousers with an amazing waistcoat. The waistcoat is giving me very much like Givenchy. Like, you are looking outstanding, babe. And then them earrings, oh my God. Bottega did not miss you.
Listen.
Like, she just looks amazing. It's like, so, but babe, you just look so fabulous.
Yes.
So I love when I see like melanated women. Just you're always, I'll be honest with you, melanated women are always on 10-10 anyway.
Yes.
Like, you know, true women that want to look their best will. But you came in with a certain element of, listen, I know who I am. I'm very confident. And now it's just so lovely to hear that you're a mother. I didn't even know. I just thought you were married, but now you're a mother. So do you mind sharing the ages of your children now?
9 and 6.
9 and 6.
Yeah.
How do you do this? Come on. I mean, I couldn't. I have a chihuahua. I'm sorry. I'm not putting my dog towards your children or in any hindsight, guys. But I have a little chihuahua, and he takes everything out of me.
Yeah.
Like from his nails to him walking every day. I have to take him for a walk.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you know, grooming him, so he has to get groomed once a week. That's £50, as well as the clothes I have to buy for him, and of course he stays with my friend Nikki, so sometimes, you know, I'm driving him there all the way in Chelsea. It's just like it's a constant thing with a dog. So imagine having children.
Yes.
So how are you? So you just got this job, and you just got married.
Yeah, and found out I was pregnant. So the job that I had before at the financial institution, it was a permanent job. So I would have got mat leave. I would have been fully supported. And I just handed in my notice. Genuinely, I handed in my notice. Yeah. The next day, I did the pregnancy test and found out I was pregnant. So I was going to be self-employed for the very first time, 26. Entering into marriage.
What did your mum say? Because I know you must have told your mum.
Yeah, you know.
What are you doing?
So my mum, I get a lot of my business acumen from my mum. I get my personality and my way with people, my dad, but my mum is very driven and very business minded. And very much what makes financial sense here. But also, you can't be led by fear. So most people would have been like, well, just go back to your permanent job. It would only been 1 day. Even my manager was like, well, are you going to stay? And I said, absolutely not, because
absolutely not.
Absolutely
I love
not.
that. But that is your word. Absolutely not.
Yes,
I've got my
absolutely not.
vision. It's in my mind. It's going to be a reality.
That's it, because I really do believe, especially I was carrying my first child, that if fear was the only thing stopping me from going forward, I believed I'd be passing that fear down to my son. As well,
wow, yeah.
You know?
How was your pregnancy, if you don't mind me asking?
The health of it was completely fine, but I had mind-numbing morning sickness all the way through. All the way through until 2 weeks after I gave birth.
Oh, wow.
Even after?
Yes.
Were you worried that this could be a constant thing?
No. God forbid.
No, but that's crazy. Did you Google that it's normal?
I mean, for some people, they get it. Because morning sickness is not really a great way of describing what you get. Because for most people, it's not just in the morning. It can come at any time of the day. But you know that nausea feeling? Now, all day, every day, no matter what you eat, no matter what you do, and I love food. When I tell you I love food, I couldn't enjoy any food. So I was healthy, baby was healthy, there were no complications, but that nausea was just
Did you have that for
relentless.
both pregnancies?
For both pregnancies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And everybody who was around me would know.
Okay, so right. Did you witness that on your second pregnancy?
Yeah, I had it as well. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So now is it surrogacy?
No, I'm done now. My youngest is 6.
Are you sure you're done?
Yeah. Yeah.
What makes you say that you're done?
Yeah. Well, first of all, there's my business to take to higher heights. And also my husband and I just want time to enjoy ourselves. So we got married and then got pregnant immediately. We haven't had a chance for it to just be us.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is the beauty of being able to say, look, I want to travel the world, I want to do it. So are you in a point right now that you are feeling, now I've set up my own business, I'm ready to branch out and do something new?
Absolutely. And so actually my business, if I tell you a bit about how I'm set up, so I went and I worked with Deloitte for a year, and then I gave birth corporate spaces for about another 5 years. I was the first head of change at National Savings and Investment. So by head of change, this is a role where, and when an organization is going through any sort of transformation, so if they're changing teams, if they're changing a system, if they're changing location, they get strategists in to say what mindset, what behaviors, what communications, what support do our people need to take them from A to B. I was the head of that department, but that was the first ever time they had
That's
that
amazing.
department.
Because I'll be honest with you, I used to date a very high up figure in Canary Wharf in amazing banks up there, and they pay so much money for people like you to come in and tell them how to run their business. And you are the lady. I'm so happy and grateful to have you here, because this is like top of the chain. You are the person that does the strategy for these top banks, and I'm talking like, you know, in Canary Wharf, they will pay serious money. I don't want to really drop here. We're talking about millions here, because this is something that they're going to implement throughout the chain to everyone, and it's worldwide. So it's going to be something that is going to be international. What you are doing, your analysis for that business is going out worldwide. So you are an asset. You're such an asset to, you know, that business, and now you've created your own business. So come on, continue. Sorry, I don't want to digress, because she's like, I'm trying to go to somewhere else, and she's like, no, you're going to hear all of it, and I actually do want to hear it. So yeah, let's get it done.
So and then in the past 2 years, I've pivoted to supporting people, so whether it's business owners or whether it's senior professionals, to sell their ideas. So when I work within organizations, I help them help their leaders to sell their ideas. So a strategy is just a document. It's just usually, you know, a couple of pages of this is what we want to do. But that idea doesn't speak for itself. Usually people need to be trained. They need to be coached. They need to understand, okay, but what does that mean for that team? What does that mean for that team? What does it mean for me? How am I going to support them? What is my PR campaign around it? How are our policies going to support it? So they create this whole system around this new vision. In the same way, business owners need to create systems around their visions. You know, they need brands, they need positioning, they need a really great, all of that. So I transitioned my business to start helping individuals more, and people who have been in corporate a long time, to say, do you know what, you've got all these skills and experience here, let's package it and sell it back to the corporates for more money.
Exactly.
You know?
Because you've been doing it for years, getting taxed a hell of a lot, and not really reaping the benefits.
That's it.
They say, you know, in corporate UK, everyone works, and if you go into their savings, they can probably only, you know, survive 6 months tops. Like, you're just living to survive and working to live.
That's it.
And it's crazy, because you have actually took yourself out of that to say, right now, I'm going to take full lead and be the number one in my life and my family's, and I'm going to show them that I can make money for us. But what made you make that switch?
Yeah, so I've always worked in change, right? The division or my department is change. And for a long time, I operated from the mindset of, okay, let's roll out change in an organization. But really, when you stop and you think about how we really make change, we all need to be the change that we want to see.
Yeah.
So if you want better leadership, get better leaders. If you want,
It's quite simple. It's so, you know what? People think it's not rocket science. It's not. If you want better results, you either do the work, implement the things that the leaders are doing. You know, it's all. It is that simple, isn't it?
Yeah. So that was the.
Please don't make me think of it like it can't be a deep end.